Now my name is Heather, but as you can see, I've brought two of our boys out to meet you all today. And the first job for these two is to give everyone a nice big wave of hello. But these two, they won't wave to you unless you all wave to them first. So everybody get your hands in the air, give them a nice big wave. Oh, very good, that's nice of you. We better say hello to them boys, make everyone feel nice. And welcome, very good. Now these two, they are both California sea lions. And as that name does suggest, you can of course find the largest population of this particular type of sea lion all along the coast of California. But you can also find them as far north as Canada, where it does get pretty very cold, and as far south as Mexico, where of course it's lovely and warm. So these are quite a versatile, wide-ranging species, which does also mean that they can cope with whatever the British weather has to chuck at them too, so that's always helpful. Now these two, they're not fully grown. They don't become fully grown until they're around 18 years old. By that time, they can reach lengths of up to 2.5 metres, so they're both going to get around 4 foot taller, but they can also have a weight anything between 30 to possibly even 40 stone. So they're both going to get a lot fatter and a lot heavier too. To give you an idea of just how big 40 stone is, this little fella here, he weighs about 10 stone already. So if you imagine around 4 of them put together, that's how big these guys can get. Let me introduce you to the parent first, so you know who we're talking about. I'll start with the little fella on my right. So this little guy, he's called Louis, and Louis is our baby. He's only 9 years old. So he is our youngest now. One of the cutest, aren't you? He's really, really clever, but he's also very friendly. Louis loves a little milkshake. I don't think it's cute. So that's lovely, isn't it, Louis? Then the other little fella that sits on my left, believe it or not, this is Louis' older brother. So this little guy is called Roger. And Roger's just 10 years old now. So he too is combining with us from cutest. He's very, very clever as well. He's a little bit more experienced than Louis. He knows a little bit more what he's doing, don't you? He's very excitable too. He never stops moving. But just like Louis, Roger's very friendly as well. He loves a little milkshake and a kiss too. Thank you. So that is our two lovely boys. And we are going to start off by getting these guys to show you an ability that sea lions are world famous for. And that is of course their ability to balance things on the end of their noses. Now a lot of people know sea lions can do this, but not everyone knows how it's done. So Louis, will you do the honours please? Thank you. So as you can see, the secret to it is all in the lovely whiskers you can see on Louis' face. Now his whiskers, they are not strong enough to hold that football or move it around in any way, but they are very, very sensitive, so they feel the movement. So Louis is listening to his whiskers, and then he's moving his head around in the right direction with his long flexible neck to try and stop that football from falling out. So as long as Louis concentrates and listens carefully to his whiskers, he really can balance all day long. Now out in the wild, of course, those whiskers have a much more important use. They don't use them to balance footballs, we know that. We just think it's a really nice visual way to show you how their whiskers work. But as I say, out in the wild, they use them to help them find their food. Sea lions live on fish and squid, and fish and squid make an awful lot of movement. So those whiskers feel for the movement and vibrations that are made underneath the water. And listening to that helps them pinpoint exactly where the fish and squid are hiding. So those whiskers really are very important when it comes to the sea lions finding their dinner. What do you give them both a little round of applause? That was a great start, boys. Yeah. Now, when I introduced these two to you, I did introduce them as sea lions because they're not seals. People call them seals all the time, but it isn't true. They are, in fact, two completely different species. They get quite embarrassed. Louis, how do you feel when someone calls you a seal? Yeah, it's upsetting, isn't it? They do, to be fair, look very similar, and they do come from the same family, which is pinnipeds. And what pinnipeds means is flipper-footed. So between the three of us today, we're going to show you how you can tell the two apart. The first thing to look for is how they swim through the water. So sea lions, just like these two, they only ever swim using their massive big front flippers. Boy, show everyone how big your front flippers are for me, please, thank you. So as you can see, these guys have huge front flippers, just like paddles, and they move them up and down in the water in almost like a flying motion. And this can propel them off speeds of anything up to about 20 miles an hour, so they can swim pretty quickly. Now, as these two both seals, their front flippers would be tiny, similar size to our hands, and they'd also be stuck to the sides of their bodies, making them pretty difficult to swim with. So seals, on the other hand, they use their back flippers to swim with instead, and they move their back flippers from side to side, a little bit like a fish. Well, because of those differences in the flipper sizes, and of course the swimming, this also means that seals and sea lions move very differently on land as well, which is another great way to tell the two apart. So I'm going to take Louis for a little walk around, just so you can see how he gets about when he's not in the water. But firstly, I'll tell you all about his back flippers, because sea lions, they have the ability to rotate their back flippers forwards or backwards. So when Louis is swimming or he's relaxing on land, his back flippers are stretched out behind him. But as you can see, he's rotated them forward, so he's formed himself a pair of feet. So watch as Louis walks, all of his flippers move independently to one another. So he now has four separate walking limbs. And this means he walks very similar to a cat or a dog or any other walking animal. This also makes him quite mobile. Louis can jump over things, and he can also jump up to try and reach for things and stand up on his back flippers instead. Very good. And sea lions, they can also use their front flippers to roll themselves over, can't they, Rog? Yeah. So they do this when they're playing on land. Good boy. So sea lions really are quite mobile on land. Seals, however, they move very, very differently on land, don't they, Louis? So these guys, they are great at doing no impression. So Louis is going to help me show you how a seal gets about on land instead. Well, Louis, how does a seal move on land? Do you remember? Yeah, that's it. So seals jiggle around on their bellies, and they look like giant slugs. This is because of those tiny front flippers, which are stuck on their lap, remember. They can't use them in the same way for walking, running, or climbing. So sea lions will always be much more mobile if you ever see them on the beaches. What do you give Louis a little round of applause? That was a great seal impression. Now, with all those differences between seals and sea lions, there are, of course, a few things that they do share in common as well. The first thing, and most important thing, is their food, their daily diet of fish and squid. Now, fish and squid, they're not easy things to catch. While they use their whiskers to locate where they are, they've also got to have good eyesight and a good sense of speed and direction. Now, obviously, here at Knowsley, we feed these guys. Today they've got mackerel and caitlin. So to show you just how good they are at catching things, I'm going to throw these 5 rings to Louis. Let's see how many he can catch over his little head. Are you ready, Louis? There's 1, well done, 2, 3, 4, very good. So they were all pretty easy, so I'm going to spin the last one. Makes it a lot faster and harder for Louis to catch, so if he does, Do give him a little round of applause for me, okay? Are you ready, Lou? Here it comes. Oh, wow. Now, obviously, in the wild, sea lions wouldn't be catching fish on the beaches. They'd be swimming after them. So I'm going to throw the 5 rings to Roger now, but this time I'm going to send him off into the water. And let's see if he can do just as well as Louis, but when he's swimming after the rings instead. Are you ready, Roger? First one goes all the way over there, turn around. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. Now, there is one other thing that seals and sea lions have in common. Only this time, it is much more dangerous because it's their enemies. Now, California sea lions, they have 2 particular types of natural enemy or predator. The first one is the killer whale, or the orca, that's its proper name. And I'm not going to tell you the second one because Roger does a pretty good impression of that. So well then, Roger, you show them for me. What's your deadliest enemy in the wild? Yeah, he's got big sharks. So we're talking about big sharks, much bigger than Roger. Tiger sharks, bull sharks, and the great white. They all think that sea lions make a pretty lovely dinner. So the minute these guys think an enemy's close by, they simply swim straight back to the beach. Well, they are, of course, nice and safe, but do give them a little round of applause. That's a great try. Now there is another enemy to California sea lions, but this is not a natural enemy. I'm of course talking about litter, particularly plastics. Now litter and plastics, they are enemies to all animals around the world, and even animals here in our park. Believe it or not, we get an awful lot of litter thrown in our pools here at Knowsley. So we've taught all of the sea lions to show you guys exactly what you should do with your litter. You take it with you and you pop it in the nearest bin. Well done, Lily, and well done, Roger. Now we are unfortunately getting quite close to the end of this afternoon's display, but before we go, I am going to let the boys finish things off with their favourite bit. Now this is when they both get to do a bit of showing off by leaping out of the water to try and touch this pink ball. Now I'm going to leave it down to little Louis first, and at the minute Louis can hit the hard ball and wrap around the head. Now what we're going to do is touch it with his nose. Now if Louis manages this, you guys have got to give him a big round of applause because he's been ever so good. And this takes loads of effort, this jump, especially for a baby. Now most of you guys at the front, he is only little, but he can sometimes make a bit of a splash. Okay, so just prepare yourselves. Now we're going to give Louis to the count of 3 and then set him off. Are you ready, Louis? 1, 2, 3, go. Will he hit it? Yeah. Oh, great. Well done, Louis. Only just a boy. So it is Roger's turn next. And that jump is just a little bit too easy for him, so I am going to raise it up. But before I do that, it does give me a quick chance to tell you about our posters. Because at the end of the display, we'll be selling posters of Louis and Arthur, who unfortunately sold out of Roger, he's not popular. But we'll be selling posters of the other 2 from the green shop by the exit doors. And they're only £2 each. So if you have enjoyed the display and would like to take a poster of Louis or Arthur home, do come and see us at the end. And if you don't want a poster, you might like to help us out with our charity instead. We're raising money for the Monk Seal Conservation Trust. Because the Monk Seal is one of the most endangered marine mammals in the world, so we're trying to do our bit to help. So if you would like to make a donation, we're collecting in a big plastic sea lion on the way out. And thank you in advance. As I say, we haven't finished yet. It's Roger's turn. Roger's pretty good at this. His cardboard goes around about here, so just a little bit higher. And again, all we want Roger to do is touch it with his nose as well. better. And Joe got to try and hit that ball with his nose. And of course, if Roger manages this as well, you've got to give him a big round of applause too, because he's been really boy in this display too. And this jump takes quite a bit more effort, doesn't it? So go on then, Lee, we'll get all the way up that tower, good boy. Now try and have a look at how quickly Roger can climb these stairs. It's a great example of how mobile these guys are. Here we go, he's away, release it. So unfortunately, that nearly brings us to the end, but please stay where you are. I can't let you go until I've said the final little bit of health and safety. Firstly, these two are going to be heading straight outside now, so if you would like to see them, they'll be in the outdoor group by the exit doors. When you're leaving that seating area, remember what I said, please don't climb down those benches. They're deeper than they look. Please take your time and use those stairs. And finally, if you have any questions, come and ask me. We haven't got a shop in just a minute, I'll do my best to answer. But in the meantime, for our cheeky